Hello everyone, welcome back to the Collection Project. We have placed thousands and thousands of blocks over the last few days building this epic castle here. And of course, there's still work to be done. We'll be doing a bit of castle development later in the video. I've been doing a bit of resource collection between episodes. But at least to begin with today, we're going to be doing some farming. And speaking of farming, that witch over there isn't very useful for us. It seems that the lightning rod didn't do its job here. Goodbye. You're gonna be our replacement. Assuming we can get this guy in the right place, of course. Oops. Okay, you want to be a stonecutter, right? Nope. Nope, nope, you're not going in there. And welcome to your new home. Don't hit him this time. I used the sword. I shouldn't have done that. Alright, anyway, so the plan for today is I want to make a gold farm. And I've never made a gold farm in vanilla, so we've got some learning to do. We'll figure this out together. So just to clarify, the reason I want a gold farm, one, because I think it's going to be a really fun challenge. I noticed, by the way, some of the sugarcane was landing on these spaces here with the glass panes. Gotta switch them out with full blocks here at least. A gold farm should give us a fun challenge to take on, give us a break from this castle build. But the reason I want so much gold is part of a bigger plan for phase 2. The inside of this castle, more specifically beneath this castle, is going to be our storage room. And I want to transition to using a whole new block palette down there. One of those blocks being blackstone. And besides manually mining and collecting that thing in the nether, the alternate route is to barter with the piglins. And those guys, of course, will only accept gold ingots. So before we can trade with the piglin, we need a source of gold. And there's quite a bit of prep before we can even start to build this farm. You might notice some changes around here. I've been super busy. Let me show you how everything went down. Flawlessly, of course. So I started out with some sand collection. I don't know where all the sand goes. It seems to get everywhere when you go to the beach, but it's not everywhere in this world. That's for sure. Alright, and perfect. This should be exactly 2 shulker boxes worth. Yes. All of which we're going to smelt up in the furnaces for glass. And this is going to turn into quite a lot of shulker boxes to take to the nether, so I think we're going to dye them all light blue, just to keep track of them all more easily. And while I was out near the desert in the mesa, I also picked up some terracotta, which we can dye cyan. This is just going to be used as a decorative building block, as of course we want to make this look nice as well eventually. Gonna need a few cactuses though, I think, for the dye. We don't have a cactus farm just yet. Next thing we'll need is around 400 trapdoors, string, various redstone components including repeaters, comparators, hoppers, dust, pistons and dispensers. Ender chests, honey blocks, soul sand, bamboo for some scaffolding. We don't even need a bamboo farm, look at this thing. We're swimming in it. I think for safety we'll take some extra food with us as well. We have to get ourselves some cobwebs, and I think there's still parts of the abandoned mineshaft over here at the desert we haven't explored yet. Aha, right here. Even a chest minecart. Wait, hold on a second, these things are craftable, right? No. This is where I'm getting confused with the modded and vanilla recipes. I don't think it's ever been craftable in vanilla, right? I don't know. In any case, we need to find another mineshaft because that one only yielded 36 for us. Is there any better way to do this in vanilla, other than just making a massive block of ores? From the top of my head, I don't think so, right? There's no automated block placing. I think we have to do this to fortune the ores, right? So by this point, we had collected most of the different item types that we need. However, the worst part is still yet to come. We've got a long grind ahead of us right now. You see, we still have to get 660 obsidian and 10,000 magma blocks. I mean, the obsidian doesn't sound completely awful. We can set up a haste beacon here in the end and just mine out these pillars. Those 10,000 magma blocks though sound quite intimidating. I don't know if it's going to be worth us to set up a farm for it though, to farm magma cubes. Let's gather the obsidian and then we'll worry about it, because I'm going to be here for a while. We can't EMC our way out of this one. I mean, hey, this isn't actually too bad. Efficiency 5, haste 2. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh, we lost that one. Alright, and we're done. We got a little bit extra since I thought we were already most of the way through the pillar. Hello, Enderman. So, we gotta figure out how we're gonna get all these magma blocks. Hello, Creeper. I don't think so. Wait a second, did he go through? Oh no. Wait, take a flint and steel. Take a flint and steel. You are kidding me. I didn't even have a chance to react. That was such a bad idea. Why did I do that? I should have went through a different portal. Oh, it generated a new portal above it. Alright, how much did we lose there? Yeah, we just lost our leggings, our pickaxe, the fortune pickaxe, all of the shulker shells I think I was carrying. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, we're not gonna have any shulker boxes left. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Oh, thank goodness, at least I put down the obsidian box. So yeah, after that very unfortunate series of events, I headed first back to the Enderman farm to get some levels and try to replace the leggings that we lost, and then went further afield in the end to get our shulker boxes back. You know, sometimes these things happen. Oh, these are actually not bad. Nice, we need to put mending on them, but we can use these. So 10,000 of these things, eh? That's just about 6 shulkers worth. According to the wiki, they spawn in the Nether between Y levels of 26 and 37, and up to 160 can spawn in any one place. I brought some fire resistance potions with me just to be extra cautious after that little incident earlier on. So this seems like it might be viable, but we may end up with that magma cube farm. I don't know, we'll see. It's currently day 9:15. Let's see where we are after 6 shulker boxes of these things. If they don't all burn. So I just realized that we're forgetting one of the most important parts of this farm. We are going to need some turtle eggs. Look at this, I just stumbled across these guys, that's perfect. So I think to breed these guys we need seagrass, if I remember correctly. Seagrass, yes. Yep, these guys should lay their eggs. This process is incredibly slow once again. We need somewhere around half a stack of these eggs, and this is how we pull the aggro of the pigmen, similar to the way we did on the Enderman farm with the Endermites. And we did get all of our magma blocks. It took around 2.5 hours, something like that. We're on day 923. And we even got a couple pieces of ancient debris to replace the tools that we lost. Is there any way to speed up this process? Probably should have done this first, right? And I think we gotta stay in the area to make sure this is random ticked so that the eggs grow up. Yeah, you know what? This actually won't be too bad. We can just fly around to different beaches and breed the turtles that are already here. They lay between 1 and 4 eggs, if I understand correctly. Maybe. Some of these guys, I have no idea how these guys work. Eggs 8 and 9. That's 23, 24. 31, half a stack, and I guess 2 more for good measure. Nice. And in a segment that was cut from last episode, I headed out east around 8,000 blocks, and eventually we stumbled across a frozen ocean. There it's much easier to pick up packed ice and blue ice, something else we'll need for this farm. And since it was so far away, I made sure we had a Nether connection so that we could return there more easily in the future. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we've got everything we need now with these cobwebs. We're actually right underneath our castle right here. I forgot this thing actually existed. So yeah, the gold farm design we're going for is by a guy called Dashbum4. I'll link his video in the description. It's actually a very, very well put together video. Definitely go and check that out. I was considering designing our own gold farm, but there's a pretty established meta. And unless we were to do something super wacky with the pigmen, like, I don't know, have them fly around in some elevator or TNT cannon. Although, you know what? Yeah, there's a pretty established meta, so I think we're just going to be following that. But we'll make some adjustments and make it fit our needs. Oh man, look at all the Endermen being around here. Vandals, I'll tell you, vandals. Look, another one. The farm is going to be built on the Nether ceiling, so first step, I guess, is to get there. I picked out a spot in a nether wastes biome, that's a very important consideration. Went up to the top of the nether with some ladders, threw the ender pearl, and we were on top. Easy as that. A few chunks over, I created a portal back to the overworld. Unfortunately though, this was way underground. So I broke the portal, went up to the surface, rebuilt the portal, and that gives us a much easier way to get back to where the farm location is. And a final check to make sure we got everything here, I'm pretty sure we do. We need to move all of these shulker boxes over to the farm location. I think the portal should be somewhere over this body of water here. I hope anyway. And it was a couple of hours ago by now, so I don't remember. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Alright, let's just make sure one more time that this is all in nether wastes. That is very important. Yeah, first step is going to be to get all of the nether portals in place. Alrighty, so a total of 15 nether portals tall. We're going to be farming these guys here, the pigmen. I guess they're called Zombified Piglins now. Pigmen no longer exist, but I'm going to call them pigmen. These portals represent the middle of our spawning platforms. We're going to build them out from this location here. I need to not fall off the edge. And next we gotta place all of the turtle eggs in place. So the Zombified Piglin will obviously aggro towards these, but since there's a nether portal in the way, they should go through that first before they can ever reach these things. To make them think they can reach the turtle egg and pathfind towards it, we have to place a trapdoor all the way up on all four sides. I think we gotta make sure we push the... Yeah, he's gonna try to get to it. Nope, I don't think so. Yep, see ya. I ran out of torches to light all of the portals, so we just gotta be a bit careful here. So the problem we need to get our spawning platforms in now, which is going to be built out from these obsidian portal frames. The problem we now have is, how do we do this without going absolutely insane? You can hold shift to mitigate the damage, but I noticed on the wiki page when I was checking the magma block earlier on, seemingly you can use frostwalker boots to mitigate the damage as well, and I'm pretty sure we picked up one. Yes, perfect, look at this. We picked up these in the end when I was hunting shulker shells. So I guess that death wasn't totally pointless. Look on the positive side, I guess. Wait, it does work, right? Yeah. These spawning platforms will be relatively small, but we're just going to rely on the fact that we have lots and lots of them. The nether waste biome also spawns magma cubes, ghasts, and endermen. However, we can prevent that just by making the next platform only 2 blocks above the last, and all of those mobs require more than 2 blocks of height space to spawn. But yeah, we've got a lot of magma blocks to place up here. It's going to take a while, hours probably. In the time it took to place all this magma, I watched a whole film. So that kind of gives you an idea of how long I've been looking at magma blocks. I don't want to even see another magma block. Anyways, we're at the top. We got a lot of spawning platforms down there. The glass on top here is to prevent the other mobs from spawning, since this is the top spawn platform. But the hardest part, the grindiest part of this, I think is done. We have to also figure out the overworld side. So of course these are nether portals, the mobs are going to be sent to the overworld, and then we also want to bring them back here. The reason for the nether portals is to remove the mob cap as soon as possible. So there's a cap of 70 mobs that can possibly spawn at once, hostile mobs. By sending them to the overworld, we remove that cap, or we basically take them away from that cap and allow more zombie pigmen to spawn here. But first, there's a few more things we have to add to this top platform. The first is a layer of string around the outside, followed by a 43 by 43 glass platform on the top level. This basically just takes into account pack spawning, which will spawn 4 mobs rather than just 1. And significantly increases the rates for us. The fact is, glass though is actually important because they can't spawn on the glass. However, it still does count when it's checking for pack spawns. There's a lot I still don't understand about pack spawning mechanics. It's actually quite in depth. The wiki has a good page on it. And some mobs have unique properties as well, so yeah, there's a lot to it. From there I started working on the overworld side of this farm. So I took the coordinates of the portal in the nether and linked that up to the overworld side. Then just started to build out this little bridge to transport the mobs. This basically has to have 2 functions. We have to make sure the piglin end up above the farm when we send them back to the nether. And also account for the delay that they have before they can go through a second nether portal, which is 15 seconds. So we have to keep them in the overworld for 15 seconds. Which is why we use a bunch more cobweb to slow them down, and attract them with more turtle eggs. So I came back here to pick up some more glass, and I'm pretty sure I just seen a green man enter this building here. And he definitely should not be in there. We only have the one entrance as well, so do I want to chance it like before? He's definitely in here, I know it. Oh, I heard him. There he is. Not this time. Alright, I think this is it. I'm excited. I think this is the moment. We need to light all of these portals that we already got here. We'll start with the one at the top. This is our killing chamber up here. This is where all of the mobs will end up eventually. Missing one turtle egg. Can we light it from... Yes. And hopefully this flint and steel will last all the way down here. So there's still the collection and storage system to sort out, but I want to make sure this farm actually works first. So yeah, I think we got the basics in place to actually run this thing. Okay, portals are lit. I think we got a party down below here. Yeah, look at... Well, we know they spawn. Let's hope the portals actually link up. Oh, it's working alright. Oh. Oh, it's working. Oh my goodness, how do we turn this off? I want to go to the overworld side to show you, but I don't actually know how to get there safely. Okay, I think if we go through these middle portals, we should end up on the drop side. Yeah, right here, check this out. So this is the side they come through after they follow the turtle eggs from the middle of the farm. They push each other off the edge and then are attracted by more turtle eggs behind the water columns there. They're then sent 40 blocks up to make sure they link with the portal next to the killing chamber. And we send them down first to make sure they take some fall damage. And of course the cobwebs, as I mentioned, is just to slow them down, so that they expire their 15-second cooldown. I do not want to go back through that portal there, because that's going to take me inside a killing chamber, and I don't know if those pigmen are still mad at the other side, so let's go back through this one here. Alright, excellent, we know it works. This side is pretty self-explanatory. The armor stand is to make sure we do sweeping damage. The turtle eggs pull them from the portal and make them land in this 1x3. But now we've got the problem of all of the drops accumulating down here. In the tutorial, they set up this thing, which basically just pushes trapdoors back and forwards. And that should make it so that we get drops in the 1x3, which can go down here. Oh, there is so many pigmen here. So yeah, we have to figure out how we want to deal with all of these drops, and preferably have some sort of item filtration system as well. These guys will drop rotten flesh, which we probably just want to trash. There's the tools, which we can recycle, potentially. And then of course we get the gold ingots and gold nuggets, which we do definitely want to keep. So I've been at this for a while trying to design a custom storage system. The problem is there's just way too many entities, and it's actually lagging out the Nether. Making it kind of impossible to work with, so we kind of have to get this sorted ASAP. And one of the challenges of working in the Nether, of course... Oh, only 5. Yeah, we obviously can't have any water streams or bubble columns in the Nether, so we have to move items via pistons and slime blocks. Or hoppers, I guess, but just the sheer volume of items, I don't think hopper speed is going to be fast enough. And if I remember correctly, there is a swamp next to our stronghold portal. Yeah, this way. And the sun is setting even. Nice. Actually, not perfect. This is a night without a moon, and I don't think slimes spawn without the moon present. So I think we're waiting until tomorrow night. No bed here either, but there is some sheep here. Oh, pink sheep. Okay, this looks... Okay, that's not good. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to avoid here. So here's the thing, in the tutorial they had the storage and sorting system up above there where the killing chamber is. That's not really super practical. I want to be able to connect this up to the Nether hub eventually, and be able to easily come and pick up gold and take it to wherever we need it to be. There's not much use in us putting the storage and sorting system all the way up at the top of the killing chamber up there. But this does present some extra challenges to overcome here. We've got this big glass barrier that we have to pass, and the loot was ending up right around where this obsidian was. So this part here is the easy bit. We just have to have some pistons to bring them into a 1x1, and then a slime block to push them along and down this drop chute here, which means that we clear the glass. The problem we now face with this is that items are not aligning correctly, and it's causing that to happen. That's exactly what we want to avoid. We want the items to go all the way down the ice, and these hoppers represent some item fillers. they're eventually going to be made all the way down. So this hits a piece of string in front of an observer. That goes into a pulse extender here via these two comparators, and then hits a redstone clock, which basically causes the honey block to push first, then the slime block. Although as you can see by the lag here, it's a little bit inconsistent. However, if there is a slight timing mismatch where this piston here is already extended, and the item lands on top of the slime block, it can end up pushing the items inconsistently, and we end up with items getting stuck here. So the way I see it, there's two solutions, I think. Either we try to perfect the timing on these repeaters here and make the pistons fire exactly at the time we need, or we could perhaps move this— don't die, don't die. I've already fell to my death once building this. Or we could actually move the items back a block, like this. That way they land on the observer, and we can have a third piston here, which means that all the items land on this ender chest at once. Okay, does it work now? We want this one first, then the honey block, then the slime block. Let's see if the dirt gets pushed. Yes! Oh, finally! Oh my goodness, I've been at this for so long. Alright, there is some that land on the glass, but we can fix that. We can make the glass go all the way up. Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness, perfect. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that's perfect. Alright, and yeah, I guess all the excess here will count as trash, and we'll just trash that into some lava. We have to set up the rest of the item filters though. Well guys, I think for the time being our gold farm is done. It's fully operational by now. And the rates on this farm from the small amount of time I've been running this thing are absolutely incredible. And I think a large part of that is because we're so high up, we don't have to worry about any of the mobs in the nether. I'm quite keen to also figure out a way to turn this off. I don't know whether it's best to block the portals or not, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, I got a very basic version of the sorting system done. I don't know where this guy— I think it was maybe the obsidian here. As I mentioned though, I want to tie this into our nether hub, so I don't know what the aesthetic is going to look like here. Ow. Oh, I think it's because I opened the chest, right? They get mad at you. I think that's a mechanic. Yeah, and now I'm not wearing any gold because he broke my helmet. But yeah, I don't know exactly how this is going to look long term. Once we figure out the nether hub, this will all be changed about and integrated basically into our tunnels. So I also mentioned that I wanted to do some castle development today as well. And you guys had some great comments and suggestions in the last episode. I appreciate all of them. I did read them all. I've been doing some experimenting in the creative copy of this castle, just trying to vary up the walls to make them not so grey. One of the suggestions was to have some banners scattered across the castle. Although as you can tell here, I'm absolutely awful at making banners. So if any of you guys are experts on banners, I would appreciate some guidance. But we also need a name for this place as well, that's another thing. The first thought I had was Penrose Point, you know, because of the channel logo. But I don't know, I'm not set on that yet, that's just a suggestion. I'm going to change this window here to be Roman numerals 3, which I thought was also a good suggestion. We have to widen this out by 1 though, so that we can view it from both sides and we're not backwards anymore. Yeah, sure, that's much better I think. I think we should also get out of this diamond gear we're wearing. So fortunately we do have some spare netherite ingots here. I managed to get all of the enchantments back on a spare pickaxe and the leggings actually. There, as if nothing ever happened. Anyways, I think that is going to wrap us up today. The gold farm is just part 1, I guess, of getting our materials together for the castle. We still have to set up piglin bartering. But thank you guys so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you all in the next episode.